Let me guess, you've got a printer, you've got a computer, and the two of them are in a fight. You're getting cryptic error messages, Windows can't find the driver, it is unbelievably frustrating. You're stuck with a perfectly good printer that's acting like a useless box of plastic. Well, forget all that. I'm going to show you the simple, universal method to manually install almost any printer on Windows and get it working in the next 5 minutes. And I say almost for a very important reason. As of early 2026, Microsoft has changed the rules. They've officially ended support for older V3 and V4 printer drivers in the latest versions of Windows 11. This isn't something that's coming, it has already happened. This means that knowing how to do this manually is more important than ever to keep your hardware running, but it also means some very old printers might have reached the end of the line. First, let's try the easy way. For most modern printers, especially if they're on your Wi-Fi or plugged in via USB, Windows 11 is surprisingly good at finding and installing them automatically. It's called plug and play, and it works more often than you'd think. So the very first step, and don't skip this, is to connect your printer and turn it on. If it's a USB printer, plug it into your computer. If it's wireless, double check that it's on the same Wi-Fi network as your PC. Now just give your computer a minute. You might see a little pop-up in the corner saying setting up a device. If you do, that's Windows finding the printer and grabbing a driver from Windows Update. If it's successful, you're done. The printer will just show up and you can start printing. But what if nothing happens? Time to give Windows a little push. Press the Windows key plus I on your keyboard to open the Settings app. On the left, click Bluetooth and Devices, and then in the main panel, find and click Printers and Scanners. You'll see a blue button at the top that says Add Device. Go ahead and click it. Windows will now actively search your computer and network for any new printers. This can take a minute, so be patient. If your printer's name pops up in the list, you are in luck. This is the best case scenario. Just click the Add Device button next to it, and Windows will handle the rest. It'll download the right driver and set it up. Once it says Ready, print a test page to make sure everything is talking. Okay, but what if your printer didn't show up? Or maybe it did, but you got that dreaded driver is unavailable error. This is the wall most people hit, and where you start wanting to throw things. Don't worry, this is where we get our hands dirty with a more powerful and reliable technique. This is the manual method, and it's the key to solving most, but not all, printer problems. This process has 3 main steps. We're going to hunt down the driver from the manufacturer, pull out the important files, and then manually show Windows exactly where they are. It sounds technical, but just follow along click for click. Step 1. Find and download the correct driver. First, we need the driver files. The golden rule here is to only download drivers from the printer manufacturer's official website. Never ever use those third-party driver doctor sites. They're often a fast track to getting bloatware or malware. Open your browser and search for your printer brand plus drivers. Think HP printer drivers or Canon support drivers. Find their official support page. You'll need your printer's exact model number, which is almost always printed on the front or top of the device. Once you're on the site, type in your model number. It will ask for your operating system. Make sure you pick the right version of Windows, like Windows 11 64-bit. Most modern PCs are 64-bit, but you can check by going to Settings, System, then About. You'll probably see a few download options. Look for what's often called the basic driver or PCL6 driver. Avoid the full feature software, which is usually packed with extra stuff we don't need. Here's a pro tip. If you see a modern driver type like IPP or Mopria, grab that one as it's more aligned with Microsoft's new direction. Download the file somewhere easy to find, like your desktop. But you can also install the software that comes with the printer. It is your choice. I have an Epson printer. Let me show you how I do it. Here's how to do it right. Open your web browser and write on Google, download, and then your printer model, and then driver. Type in your exact printer model. For example, Epson L3156. Be precise. You will usually find the first result on the official driver page. Please be sure to check if that is the official website of the producer. Once you're on the support page for your printer, it should auto-detect your operating system, whether it's Windows 10 or 11. It's always a good idea to double-check this though. If it's wrong for some reason, just click the drop-down and pick the right version of Windows. Now, scroll down to the Drivers section. You might see a few options. What you're looking for is the main Drivers and Utility Combo Package installer, or something similar. This is the whole shebang. It has the printer driver, the scanner driver, and all the essential software. Try to avoid any files labeled Universal Driver. While they might work in a pinch, they aren't tailored to your specific hardware and can lead to weird glitches or missing features. Click the download button for that full recommended package. This one file is the key to making your printer do everything it's supposed to. Now just download the file onto your computer. With the correct driver downloaded, we can start the installation. For this first crucial setup, we're going to use a good old-fashioned USB cable. There's a very important reason for this. We always recommend connecting your printer with a USB cable for the initial setup. This creates a direct, stable connection that avoids any potential Wi-Fi headaches, ensuring the driver installs perfectly the first time. Even if your goal is to print wirelessly, starting here is the safest and most reliable way to do it. First, make sure your printer is powered on, but, and this is a critical step, do not connect the USB cable to your computer yet. If you plug it in too early, Windows might jump the gun and try to install its own generic driver, which is exactly what we're trying to avoid. Now, find the file you just downloaded, which should be in your Downloads folder. Double-click it to launch the installer. Your computer will probably ask for permission to let the program make changes. Just click Yes. The Epson installation wizard will now guide you through the process. The first few screens are pretty straightforward. You'll need to select your language and accept the license agreement to continue. The installer will then start copying files and getting your system ready. At some point, the installer will pop up a message that explicitly tells you to connect your printer. Now is the moment. Take your USB cable, plug one end into the printer and the other into an open USB port on your computer. The installer will then detect the printer and configure the connection automatically. This is the clean handshake we wanted, guided by the Epson software, not by Windows. Just follow the rest of the on-screen prompts. It might ask if you want to set this as your default printer. Once you see a message like Setup Complete, you're done. Go ahead and print a test page. It's always a good idea to confirm everything is working perfectly. Your printer is now officially installed and ready to go with a direct USB connection. If that just solved your problem and you're ready to start printing, do me a quick favor and hit that like button. It really helps the channel out. But if you're ready to ditch the cables and embrace some wireless freedom, don't go anywhere. We're about to cut the cord. Now that the core drivers are properly installed on your computer, setting up the Wi-Fi connection is a two-part process. First, we need to get your printer on your home's Wi-Fi network. Second, we need to tell Windows where to find your printer on that network. So there are two ways to set up the Wi-Fi on your printer. You can use the small screen on your printer, or you can use the software you have downloaded. For some more advanced models, you can do this. You'll be using the small screen and buttons on its control panel. Press the Home button and then use the arrow keys to find an option called Wi-Fi Setup or Network Settings and press OK. From there, you want to select the Wi-Fi Setup wizard. The printer will then scan for all the Wi-Fi networks in the area. Use the arrow keys to find your home network's name, your SSID, from the list and press OK. Now for the slightly tedious part, entering your Wi-Fi password. Use the arrow keys to navigate the on-screen keyboard, carefully typing in your password. Pay close attention to uppercase, lowercase, and symbols. Once you've entered it, select OK or Done. The printer will take a moment to connect. Once it's successful, you'll see a Setup Complete message or a little Wi-Fi symbol on the printer's display. Part 1 is done. Your printer is now on the network. If you do not have a screen on your printer, as I have here, you can use the software to connect your printer to the Wi-Fi. For this, you will need to ensure that your printer is connected to the computer with the USB cable. You can just follow these steps and select Connect to Wi-Fi on this step of the setup. You can also try this. Go to your Windows computer, go to your settings by clicking the Start menu and selecting the gear icon, navigate to Bluetooth and Devices, and then click on Printers and Scanners. At the top of this screen, you'll see a button that says Add a printer or scanner. Click it. Windows will start searching your local network for any available printers. Since your Epson printer is now on your Wi-Fi, it should show up in the list after a few moments. When you see your printer's model name, click on it and then click the Add Device button. Windows will use the main driver we already installed to finish the wireless connection, handling all the technical stuff in the background. Once it's finished, your printer will be listed as available and you can now print, scan, and manage everything completely wirelessly. You've installed the driver and connected wirelessly, but what if you could print to your home printer from your office, from your phone, or even from another country? That's what Epson Connect is for. It's a free cloud service that gives your printer its own unique email address, letting you print from anywhere with an internet connection. Setting this up is surprisingly simple. The first step is to grab the Epson Connect printer setup utility from the Epson support site. Just like before, search for your printer model, head to the support page, and look for this specific utility in the software section. Download and run the installer. You'll again agree to a license and click Install. Once it's running, the utility will automatically find your printer on the network. Select your printer from the list and click Next. Now choose the option for printer registration and click Next. After agreeing to the terms, you'll be prompted to either create a new Epson Connect account or add this printer to an existing one. If this is your first time, you'll fill out a quick form to create your account. This is where your printer gets officially registered with the cloud service. When you finish the registration, your printer is assigned its very own email address. This activates a feature called Email Print. Any document, photo, or PDF you email to this address will automatically print out on your home printer. You can also log into your Epson Connect account online to manage settings, check your printer's status, and create an approved senders list to prevent any spam prints. Beyond email print, this also enables services like remote print and scan to cloud. Scan to cloud is especially cool, letting you scan a document on your printer and send it directly to a service like Google Drive or Dropbox. With this final piece in place, your printer is no longer just a local device, it's a tool you can access from anywhere on Earth. And that's how you do it. You've gone from a confusing box of plastic to a fully integrated, wireless, cloud-enabled printer. We've covered the golden rule of using official drivers, the rock-solid reliability of a USB-first installation, the smooth transition to wireless printing, and even the convenience of printing from anywhere on Earth. The key is simply following the right steps. Get the right software from the official source, establish a stable connection, and then build out the features from there. Your Epson printer is now a true tool, ready to work for you, not against you. Thanks for watching this complete guide. If it helped you finally conquer your printer setup, please consider subscribing to more in-depth tech tutorials. Happy printing!